Okay, alright. Good game all around to both T.A.C.T and to Nemesis, as another historic clan battle is now in the record books. I'm waiting for my system to reload right now so I can get back on the grid and rendezvous with T.A.C.T at headquarters, and so we can revise what all just happened here. Because following the events of Team Deathmatch, my system froze in mid-loading, and so it just crashed altogether, so I have to reboot the system in order to come back online. While this is going on, I'm going to attach an audio recording of my synopsis of the clan battle as such, since I'm not at party lobby at the moment. I'm heading back to party lobby now. So while I'm loading in, I will do my thesis presently. Okay, starting in. Now, granted, in taking a look and revision of their roster, this is definitely one of the more difficult, if not one of the toughest clan battles that T.A.C.T has fought thus far. And so going into this, knowing everybody who was on Nemesis's roster ahead of time, and also seeing a couple of surprise faces turnabout, it's understandable that this would grow to be a vastly harder clan battle than even I anticipated. But a challenge is a challenge all the same. Okay, starting in with Capture the Flag. Now granted, that was a difficult match to head into as well, both on the normal Capture the Flag proceeding and in the do-over that we had to do. I can see where it is that we went wrong here, because communications faltered at a couple of different points in order to determine who would be the flag runner and who would be the medic that would be an assistant to the flag runner. Because granted, you guys wanted me to be the medic at that time, yes, but I can't also heal everybody at one time. You have to be able to play off of each other's strengths and weaknesses in order to fill in the blanks and then try and run for health, or if I can during a break on the time my flag runner or the flag runner itself runs back to base, I can, second they get back to base, you can switch roles or switch off. Offense, defensively, you can switch character classes at that point. That way it can switch an assessment to the character class that said opposition will be expecting to run into in order to come and get their flag back. What happened at the beginning of this that threw us off and that threw everybody off, which I can understand how it threw the whole game off for a second for us, because we performed a lot less expectedly than we usually do, was the fact that two of our members, both the normal member Moonwalker and our substitute member at that time Newman, had coincidentally, or however the term of that word is, inconveniently, or in an inopportune moment, had lagged out of the match both times because of an inability to connect to the match, or to whoever it was that was hosting for them at that time when we were playing on Abandoned. Now, how protocol works in this situation, this is something that I did not appropriately or completely review with the new T.A.C.T camp, as this situation has not occurred under any of the clan battles that has happened with the newer T.A.C.T players that I am playing with presently, but rather under the old T.A.C.T players that I was playing with originally in the preceding year. As I did not explain, I will explain now. For older players that are playing this game, and in some need-be situations or in times of necessity where a redo would be either illogically placed or not correctly suggested, what would happen in the course of the battle is that one player respectively, should another one lag out and it becomes an unbalanced or unfair setting, is that one player from the other team will conveniently and appropriately sit out and be off to the sidelines where everybody can see them, including the enemy, and you are to not attack them, as they will not attack you. Because from that point forward, when it is indicated when said person or persons has lagged out, and other said person or person will sit out or stay to the sidelines, having already been associated with the match directly, then the match will proceed as follows, minus one person for each team. As this was a 6-on-6 complete battle going into this, and one of ours making it a 6 versus 5, representative for Nemesis at that time, which was MZ, had aforementionedly stated in the clan combat chat room that he will sit out for the entirety of the Capture the Flag session of the clan battle, until either said person, Moonwalker or Newman, can completely and respectfully load into the match, or until the clan battle is complete. That is the only other time in which he will personally partake in the match. Otherwise, he will respectfully set aside. That way, it'll be a fair match in a 5 versus 5 continuation at that time. Which is what had transpired, and I can understand that the confusion going into that at that time led to a misunderstanding of such, which is why we had the redo of Capture the Flag that consequently ended in subsequently ended in the same result. Now, granted, not a lot of players are honorable in as such in order to respectfully honor a redo or a restart of a match or segment of a match. There are some clans that do respectfully honor these things depending upon when it is asked or how it is placed or foreseen. As this happened at the beginning of the clan battle, with the opening first round, as opposed to a later round where it would be seen as snatching victory from the jaws of defeat in a sense, then doing the redo of this clan battle start was on the table, which was seen and was respectfully honored by Nemesis as such. This same code of honorable clan battle protocol practice is also what T.A.C.T follows by. Moving on from Capture the Flag, we go into Conquest. Now, on the Conquest revision, that's actually about as thorough as it gets, considering that Conquest was LSC's shining knight game mode of their practical run. So, having a vast amount of difficulty in this match was highly foreseen, which is why I exaggerated the use of the double cap method only. Now, the interesting turnabout of events that caught my interest in here was the double sentry maneuver that Nemesis Gaming Incorporated had expanded upon in this game mode, which was, from my understanding, having talked about this on GameFAQs.com, right as Blazenzon had made the post regarding this stuff here, and Torquinus and Remy confirming this from LSC's past ventures having used this particular tactical maneuver. This is actually a highly legal play, which surprised me because in all of my documentations of all the past clan battles that I've seen or have been a part of, I have never seen any specific clan, other than LSC apparently, use that trick to such an advantageous gain in a combat environment, a clan battling environment. And it's remarkable in a sense. There was a part of me in the back of my mind that wondered whether or not all these years if it was a legal play in which to try to teach my clan or to teach my members that coming in whether to do that trick or not, because something about it just felt dirty or seemed dirty in a sense. Because I know I made the effort to not teach them how to do a double medic game, because even though there isn't any particular outline in the ruling about running 2 medics at the same time, it was implied at several different points by one of my members in order to have a double medic run. But I advised against that because a part of that sounds like it would be called out because of a medic arch. But the part about 2 sentries, I did not think about that heavily until now, which apparently I guess it can be a legitimately legal play, and so it can be brought into use and doesn't really have to be brought under revision as such in a negative perspective. This can be seen as a positive perspective, and so it's something that I'm pretty sure that tactful eyes will watch and want to know how it was done, and so I will most likely need to assist in this combative revelation. Anyway, and in Team Deathmatch, that one I really don't have to put a heck of a lot of revision into because we got the pants beat off of us even faster in Team Deathmatch than we did in Conquest because nobody saw anything coming in which they were going to utilize. And then the miscommunications of 3 scouts at the beginning of the match threw us off for the timing. Oh boy, and the topper and the nice icing to that cake was that I could even see my own lag on my own host before my game froze, which is how I ended up doing the synopsis on this picture as an attached file. Isn't that just beautiful how irony works as such? And so, what I am going to have to do is revise my router once this shit finishes loading up so that I can get back faster and hopefully my connectivity can stabilize. Anyway, all said and done, good game, and I need to do a couple more revisions at T.A.C.T HQ in order to go over the pros and the cons of what it is that had happened in the match, as I previously had aforementioned. And for the most part, I do look forward to when T.A.C.T and Nemesis 3 is on the horizon. Nemesis Incorporated, we shall meet again. That I can assure you. T.A.C.T is like a boomerang. We always come back. How long it takes that boomerang to come back round, though, that varies on the wind speed. But we will see if the wind of change will blow in our favor. Till all is one.